Mudhoney.
Yeah,
hysterical.
they were so
Can't
hysterical
believe
that
it.
it's impossible to take yourself too seriously when you're around them.
Yeah. On the I went to the gig on Monday night, and they pissed around for about 3/4 of an hour.
Was that the first show that we
No,
played?
second one.
Oh,
Second
yeah,
one.
that's the one where nothing really bad happened during our set.
Yeah, I heard on the Sunday nights and stuff got destroyed or something. What happened?
Do you want me to start at the top?
Yeah, go on.
First song, his head blows up. Second song, my head blows up. Then my string broke. Then my pedals weren't working. Then there was 4 roadies trying to help him, and he was distracted, and we had this 2-minute pause, and then I tripped and fell right on my ass in front of 1,600 people, and then the microphone stand fell over,
Yeah.
and I turned around and I'm like, oh, there's 10 stagehands, somebody will, not out of rock star thing, but just out of
Yeah.
there's a 1,600 person venue, there's 6 stagehands, someone will pick it up, and I turned back around a minute later, and the microphone stand was just lying there in the middle of the stage, and I had this really shitty guitar, and I'm really mad, and I was gonna put on the shitty guitar to play this a song. I changed guitars for this last song,
Yeah.
and I went to go put it on, and the things you put the straps on had fallen off, and I just broke my really beautiful guitar into a million pieces, and now I'm sad.
Oh no.
It was so rock to do that. It was the most rock
Good fun
thing.
though.
Yeah, it was kind of really fun, I have to say.
Always wanted to do that. It's not fair.
I know. Well, I felt like, yeah.
Is this the first time you played in England then? What do you think of it so far?
It's England. We like it a lot. It's England. It's where we come from.
Yeah.
It's. What do you think of it?
I think it's beautiful. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. I thought it was tiny. It's really beautiful and a lot more sunny. But it'd be raining all the time.
Yeah.
What do you think of it, Jill?
I hate the food. It's not your fault. I just think the food is very bizarre. I don't get it. But I mean, the actual city stuff. Look at this. Thanks.
That's alright. What's wrong with the food?
I don't know. You tell me what's going on with
There's
it.
a philosophy.
What is
but
that?
I don't think the English like to eat as much as we do.
Even so, we had to go to a 7-Eleven and kiss it last night. I mean, that was whoa. I mean, still.
What about venues you've been to? How do they compare to?
Well, the audience is great the other night, and that was really cool to play in front of that many people and stuff.
Yeah. Were you surprised at how many people turned out?
Yeah, and also just the way the kids were, I mean, when Mudhoney got on stage, the whole floor started slamming. The whole floor. It was really amazing. Just really into it. In America, it's a little more staid than that. People kind of just stare, especially LA. We're from LA. Just well, I mean, we're the kind of band that we are. It's the capital of heavy metal and glam, and so we do what we do, and people are just shocked.
Have you played in Europe yet? In Germany, and are you going to play there?
Yeah, maybe in November.
Yeah, because that's supposed to be one of the best places to play.
Yeah.
All fans say that Europe's brilliant. Yeah.
I kind of like it here though a little better because they don't just take to anything. They're a little bit more. It's a little harder, and so it's more of a challenge.
I'm surprised about how popular all this stuff is now over here, all the sub-pop stuff and all grungy things.
No, because I think that English, independent music was at the top for so long that it just started to get boring. And as soon as this gets boring, we'll probably switch back and forth. It's just a matter of independent English bands influencing independent American bands and vice versa. It's like a cycle or something.
Yeah.
It goes on.
So what do you think about the way that the heavy metal music press and heavy metal fans are taking an interest now?
That's excellent. I mean, we have heavy metal roots in this band.
Do you?
No.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I do too, huh? Oh, yeah. But those are not on purpose.
So what metal bands have been an influence?
That's Jill.
Well, I like Black Sabbath, but I don't really consider them metal. When I hear metal, I think of, what I think of, something like Warren or something. I don't think that's metal, but
horrible metal.
I know they categorize it as that. I think Sabbath was like way more advanced. Obviously, it was a long time ago.
Jill loves Soundgarden too.
Soundgarden, yeah, I like them a lot. I mean, how about Slayer and Metallica? I mean, that's not really metal, but it's like hard.
Hey, the new Metallica record is a pop record.
Yes,
They've always had that.
They are a pop band. They're like us. We're a pop band
It's true.
too.
It's true.
We really are.
Like Ozzy, when he first came out, with Randy Rhoads. I mean, that was a lot of pop involved. That's why it was so catchy. But it was good. It was fun.
So how did the band originally get together? How did it all start?
Well, I moved to LA at long last and found a home. And I moved there during the whole, right when Guns N' Roses just got huge. I couldn't find anyone to play with forever. It was like, you try going up to a guy in leather pants at a club. Will you drum in my band? They laugh at you, So I
put an ad in for pop musicians.
Pop musicians, really impressed by Cheap Trick and ABBA. And Jill called me right away.
I knew that was the right thing for me.
No, I mean, I was into among other things, Sonic Youth and, not only musically, but stylistically and integrity, in terms of integrity, and also into really weird. I'm really into pure, more really soul-bearing things, even if it's Leonard Cohen or something, or the new Nirvana. It's just completely where the people show the bone, and so I was just really into doing something that was scary to do, and I just wanted to do something that was really, really heavy, and finally it just came together just after searching and searching. I met Eric and Carolyn and then Jill.
Yeah.
And we gelled really well.
How long did it take before you started playing gigs and pulling an audience and stuff?
We had a different lineup once, and we played a few shows with there was just a different bass player. But we practiced for about a month or 2 months, just went for it.
Are you pleased with the reaction to the album and the gigs and stuff like that?
Well, the album hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, but there's been some press and stuff, isn't there, yet, so far?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah, of course we are. It's great. It's totally cool.
How far do you see it going? How popular do you see yourselves getting?
I don't think we looked at it like that. I mean, it's an ideology. It's more I feel like it's an extreme. What we're doing is sort of an extremity because it's pushing, it's pushing a new element into something that's kind of gotten tired in certain ways. Every band says it, rock is dead and we're saviors, and we don't think we see ourselves in that light at all. But I'm just saying, we're just, it's almost like an exorcism, and if it changes anything, or it makes another boundary or widens a boundary, then that's great.
Yeah.
But I just have to do it anyway, so I don't really look at the future. What about you, Jill? How far do you see it going?
The record, the band? I don't know. I mean, it just changes. It's like some personality that can swing.
Both ways.
It could swing either way. I don't know. Just everything just keeps changing. You know what I mean? Every day.
Yeah. So when's the album out over here?
September.
Are you pleased? It's your first album, isn't it? Are you pleased with that?
Yeah, we're quite pleased with it.
Yeah. What kind of stuff do you cover lyrically on it? Because I haven't got a lyric sheet or anything.
I'm not going to tell.
Yeah. People have to work it out themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's so... some of it's not obvious, and some of it is obvious. And it's just secrets and things. I mean, I don't think I would bother working hard at them or writing them unless I felt like there was some kind of value to them. At least tell, give something extra. I don't know.
Have you got songs for the next album yet? Or?
Yeah, we're actually working on. We have a lot of new songs. Not a lot, 3, but that's a lot.
Are they carrying on the same kind of direction, or?
We really evolve. I mean, if you've heard our first single, which is called Reach Our Girl, and then you hear our album, you can really hear a great difference. Reach Our Girl is a song I wrote by myself, and then we've all been writing together a lot more. And there's that real heavy sense, but also a lot more sense of melody. that goes in it, and not in a boring way. I mean, I would hope that we don't write boring songs. You know, we just wrote the B side of our singles, like very like just 2 chords, like slide guitar, and like you know, but it's all built on dynamics, and you know, has like some weird, it's like almost like a weird percussion things on it and stuff. So we've given ourselves a lot of room to grow.
So I mean, you're based in LA. Is there much of a like a punk hardcore noise scene there at all, or is it?
Hardcore scene in Orange County. Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of bands do you play with when you play gigs?
There's like a hardcore, like an old traditional hardcore scene.
Yeah.
Where like Bad Religion has a reunion.
Yeah.
And or like Poison Idea, an excellent band, comes to play, and you know, the kids will come up for that. But I mean, there's not really a consciousness about newness. It's very traditional.
Yeah, because you get the impression here it is total like Guns N' Roses heavy metal.
It is.
Yeah, it really is like that.
It really is like that. It's
That must
sad.
be pretty depressing.
Well, you know, it's actually really challenging because I've lived in Minneapolis and I've lived in Portland, which is near Seattle, and lived in really hip, cool little scenes. You know, and the thing about not having a scene is that we're not affected and we're not influenced, and our standards are like we've created our own standards. You know what I mean? And because there's no one around like picking it, and you know, like Minneapolis, everyone is cool. Everyone knows everyone's hip. Everyone's down with the latest rock band. But in LA, everyone is so tragically like unhip, and just like all the musicians are like there pretty much to be stars. You know, it's like it's almost cute. And they're you know what, those metal people are like, believe it or not, like a little more open. It's like maybe they're not like, they don't know as much like in terms of like sophistication or something about independent music, but they're like really what's the word, like innocent almost. You know, they know if something's good or bad. I mean, that's all they know. If it's heavy, then they like it. You know, they don't really have too much of a judgment.
Yeah, they're not as opinionated about which bands are cool or which ones are back to life.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Have you played with any of these bands before? Any LA?
We play with a lot of like more like maybe Alice in Chainsy, like you know, new like alternative metal bands.
Yeah.
But I want to play with some speedcore. That's what we want to play with. We went open for Voivod.
Yeah, that'd be excellent. What kind of reaction do you get from like a metal audience if you are playing with a?
They like it. Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, they do. It's like.
Well, there's a lot of it in there though, still, isn't there? So there's a lot of metal in there still for them to get into.
Yeah, so, I think so. Yeah, I mean, there's not guitar leads. We kind of like don't do that. We don't play that. But you know, there's like the bass, the thing that they have, and the way that she drums. It's like, because it's like, in some ways there's like there's been some press where we've been compared to Jane's Addiction, and I don't think we really, you know, sound much like that.
I don't see that much.
But I mean, it's happened, and I think one of the reasons why is because the bass lines are really like, can be really feminine, and the bass player in Jane's Addiction, I think, plays really feminine. You know, he plays really like symphonic almost, and also like, you know, the dynamics started to build a little more and stuff like that. So,
well, it seemed like about 6 months ago there was this wave of, I mean, not an all-girl band, but there was like, you know, L7 and Lunatics and all these bands. Do you play with those kind of bands a lot? Have you been lumped in with those?
Well, definitely been lumped in. I mean, I'm friends with members in, like, going back to my early teens with members of quite a few of those bands. But, you know, so, you know, we all kind of, but the thing is that like we all got kind of lumped in together, but I mean that always happens right at first. And then some of the things is some of the bands we got lumped in actually weren't bands, didn't write their own songs, were lame, stuff like that. So really it's kind of pared down, so that, you know, it's really, when you get lumped in you can get all resentful about it, but it's just a matter of who writes, you know, good songs.
Yeah, it can't help as well being lumped in with the scene. It gives people something to pick up on and get into.
Yeah, well, it's really sexist. I mean, obviously it is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I'm not going to hit you for it or something. You know, it's like, what do you think, Jim?
Well, yeah, I mean, they've done that forever, whether it was, you know, punk rock or whatever. Back in punk rock days, people say Vigo, and it's not, you know what I mean? They just have to say something to identify it.
Manchester, you know, I mean.
And it's always,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Blur curve, right? You know, it's like, So I mean, the deal is like whoever is a good band.
Yeah. I mean, you probably been asked this question loads of times before, but was it harder, do you think, having 3 girls in a band to get going? Do you think people didn't take it as seriously, or did you have any of those kind of problems?
There's traditions in rock. There's like there's old-fashioned white male traditions in rock, and they're really outdated. They're very 80s, you know, and they're just kind of stale, and they need to sort of just be torn down. I mean, they're silly. You know, women play differently than men. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And some men play a lot like women.
Yeah.
I think I've had women that have been with bands and that play guitar. Just like I mean, like I think like leads can be really predominantly masculine for some reason, and who like study so hard how to play like a guy. So because we have like almost a different rhythm, I think. And for some reason, so I mean, what we're offering is something a little transcendent of gender, definitely, but also it's, you know, it is, you know, and there's a balance here and stuff like that. The thing about not getting what you just asked before is just like these traditions exist and in people's heads.
Do you think it's changing a lot, like?
Yeah, fucking revolution. Fucking, I broke a guitar on stage. I don't know. I mean, yeah, definitely. It's over. I mean, it's not even changing, it's changed, you know?
So what do you love and what do you hate about being in a band? What's the best bits and the worst bits?
It's so consuming it. Well, obviously we get to be by ourselves a lot more when we're not. And, you know, the commitment, the responsibility. It's like any responsibility.
Best bit, I mean, the best part is just you gotta do what you want to do. I mean, you don't have to answer, you don't really have to answer to anybody. You gotta like direct where you're going and create your own thing. You don't have to, you know, get up early. Well, you have to get up early sometimes.
Yeah, you have to be here now.
But it's like having 3. Well, for me, it's like I'm having 3 relationships outside of a relationship at home or something, because it's like dealing with different personalities and having to deal with them, and then trying to like work mine in. I mean, no, it's true.
Mudhoney would never have said that.
No, but it's not that on. I'm not saying I hate you guys' personalities. I'm just saying it's like adjusting, like working out a relationship. You know what I mean? Like it's amazing. It's really interesting.
It's like being married.
Yeah. Besides the great parts with the music and touring and albums that are, you know.
Yeah. So what about the worst bits?
That what? No. The worst. I don't know. Just waking up and seeing what there is to eat. Where you're at. Can you imagine that being the worst? I mean, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, definitely.
The worst part for me is sometimes I just start to go crazy because I'm always concentrating on this pain or, you know, this exorcism and purge thing. It's like, it's just like touring like every night. Because I can't just go and like, the lyrics I write or whatever, and the songs we write, they're not, you know, I think everybody might share this. It's like, you have to have a workout every night, you know, it's like, you turn to muscle man or something. No, but I mean, it's like every night I have to confront this like, demonic force inside. Or, you know, I don't, maybe it's not, maybe it's like wimpy force, and this scares me, so. It seems to scare some people too. We sat in our dressing room the other night. The first night, we were in our dressing room for half an hour. Not one person came in. People would come to the door and just run away. They were so scared. We're like, "You want some beer?" Finally, when Mudhoney's beer ran out, people started to come in and take our beer. They were terrified. But you know, having to confront that every night and then like breaking my fingers open. Just,
what do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy playing gigs or recording or?
Both good. They both have, like, recording can really get in. Take them, but then live is so good because it's like your life and other people's life is like a life. You're like communicating with other people.
Yeah. Is there any countries that you'd really want to tour in? Any places that you want to go to?
Club Med.
Like Italy, like the city, because I just can't understand.
What about you?
I mean, there's some
Barstow.
sense
We
there.
want to go to
Yeah,
Barstow.
Yeah.
Just
Barstow.
I'd love to see. Like,
We want to go to Orange
how
County.
I want to headline Las Vegas
I want
shows.
to.
Oh no, wait, we gotta wait 10 years. We'll do it with Mudhoney.
Yeah.
Yeah, the grunge
We'll be
reunion.
like, hey!
No, they'll be playing at the Sands, the grunge reunion.
That's
we'll
when
be
this
doing,
will come
We'll be
in.
doing Fox score over.
This will
like
come
the
in
desert.
right there, but I'll wear my bass up here and I'll go.
We'll just cover each other's songs.
What about Japan? That's supposed to be brilliant.
Yeah, I went there once when I was younger. It's like Mars, a lot like Mars.
There's
It's
a
cool.
lot of bands are starting to go there now.
Like independent bands.
Yeah,
Really?
just a couple of English bands have been there, like Census Things and Snuff,
Really?
and a few others, and the reaction's been brilliant so far because they don't get many bands over there. Everyone goes to the shows, so it's just like a real.
Yeah, it's
Everyone goes mad.
and they have so much money, and they just treat you like goddesses.
Yeah.
You know, so
It'd be good to go there. I mean, get more bands there to abolish like that karaoke or whatever. When you karaoke. I mean, it's like abolish it. I mean, people that are into country, are they gonna go see like I don't know, something
Sure
just
they
because they
go
want to
see
get a
anything.
mobile band? Yeah.
So what other future plans do you have? What other things do you see happening in the future?
Well, we're gonna come back to Europe, maybe with Nirvana in November, and we'll come back to England by ourselves. Then I'll smoke a cigarette and try and get someone to buy me a drink. It's that simple. I don't know.
Are you doing any more London shows on this tour? Are you doing any headline ones?
No, we're not doing any headline yet. We're
No.
gonna come back in a couple of months and do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just really surprised. It's like, wow, two
Yeah.
singles.
Because before you came over, there was a little bit of press, so people had heard of you and stuff. Because I mean, the reaction you got when you came on at the Astoria. I mean, a lot
I
of
didn't
people.
really hear it. What?
Yeah.
I mean, was it good?
Yeah, a lot of people going mad. There was a big pit.
Wow. But did they do that for everybody, or? Yeah.
No, everyone kind of went mad. It was a really good reaction.
That's great.
Impressed.
I didn't know. I mean, I didn't really notice it. I was just like.
I mean, can you see much of the audience at all when you're?
I just felt really weird. I mean, I've been on like a big stage before, but just like once. I was like, there was like 1,600 people, and I felt like, hi. Would you like to come up here? Because I'll trade. No, I didn't feel like that. I just felt like it was so dense. You know,
Yeah.
Such a rich experience.
Yeah.
It was good.
Do you get pissed off when you get bad reviews and stuff like that? Does it piss you off? Or? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't gotten very many,
No.
so. I mean,
You haven't had any really like personal reviews yet, because sometimes they can really lay into a band, some journalists and stuff.
I don't know why they would want to do it to us so much. Except, like, you know, it's so extreme. It's kind of like going out on a limb. But I don't know. We just make ourselves really vulnerable, and it's like, if you want, I don't think people would really take you up on it when you make yourself that vulnerable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Do you
Like, yes, I am retarded. You can't really say. I'm already admitting it. You know. You don't have to rub it in.
do you get much press reaction in the States?
Well, we're starting to, yeah. I mean, just the press there's so much different.
Yeah. What kind of press is that? Because
Like,
we have
we're-
Melody Maker and
Yeah, you have weekly things.
Yeah.
We don't have that week. Regional things and like Spin we're in, and like more underground stuff like Flipside and
Like Spin and Rolling Stone are kind of like the equivalents, and they're like.
and alternative press. We do big alternative.
yeah, but especially it's really hard to get in Spin and Rolling Stone and stuff like that.
Well,
Isn't it?
we're
I mean,
in Spin. We're gonna get a little Rolling Stone piece.
Mm.
We have a good, you know, publicist girl. Her name's Janet. She's really good. I mean, we're just, you know, we're an underground band. It's like, I mean, that's what we are.
Do you want it to stay that way, or would you like to be like really?
You know,
mainstream
if the
it's the way
mainstream wants
things
to
are
come
going.
down to my standards or up to my standards, you know, I'll deal with them.
Mm.
And we live in LA where the standards for the music industry are the most vulgar, gross, pathetic things are right in your face 24 hours a day. You know, I've seen my friends, inventive, incredible musicians just say, okay, I give up. I'm going over to the other side, you know, type thing. And you know, we live with it in that corporate ogre in our face. And, you know, if you, we know, we're reminded.
Because
Every time
the
play a show.
Yeah, the way things are going at the moment, it looks like it could happen. Loads of, I mean, more alternative bands are getting really popular,
Well,
especially because the metal people are getting into it. Because I mean, there's not on that indie side of things. There's only so many people, but once you break a kind of rock audience as well, then
Do you think metal people will like us?
yeah, definitely.
Really?
The way, I mean, with bands like Alice in Chains, Jane's Addiction, even things like Faith No More and the Chili Peppers have broken it apart completely. No one knows what metal is anymore. You can call metal anything. It can be anything.
It's gotten a lot cooler.
Oh yeah,
Like
definitely.
straight metal, I heard something about it. Was
You've got to do
straight-
something about the misogyny still thing factor. It's still kind of behind.
It's the first time that.
You can change all that. I'm just reminding you. I mean, just like I open it up and it. Is it guys that buy the magazines or is it girls? Or does it depend
It's
on
mainly
magazines?
girls,
Yeah.
to be honest. It's, well, I don't know, it's probably about 50-50, but most of the letters we get at the office are from girls.
Well, I think the more intelligent ones like yours or Raw, Rip, or Kerrang are different. But then there's all the like slaughter ones, 7-Eleven. What were you gonna say?
No, I just, for some reason, I would have thought it was like more guys, but then maybe just the girls are writing letters.
Yeah,
Because
I don't
you
know.
know, like, I mean, I know when I was younger, I would always buy the magazines. I thought because I was a musician and I was really interested in what other musicians had to say. And, you know, like, I don't know, maybe it's changing. Maybe there's more musicians.
Yeah, it's the first time that metal started to be slightly cool anyway, without being so embarrassing.
No, it was
It's
cool
the-
a couple of with the whole
yeah.
Motorhead thing.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
I was down with some metal,
Mm.
but you know, like I think the reason why the girls buy a lot is because girls pretty much created metal for like their own amusement.
Mm.
And I just think that like ever since guys started like dressing up in drag, you know, there's a message there. It's like, you know, so maybe that's why they buy it.
And the whole death metal thing at the moment, all bands like Sepultura and Slayer.
What's that guy with the cross?
That's
Dearside.
Oh.
I think, yeah, Dearside.
And they're from Florida?
Yeah, all those,
And they
yeah,
have
most
that-
of them are from Florida.
Have you,
Bitchery and
have you ever heard Billy Gould? He's the bass player in Faith No More, and he has like all these like East LA. They have this band called Brewhead.
yeah.
Oh yeah, J Mask is Satan metal.
I want to hear.
It's
It's really funny. It's really funny.
But I
Really
know.
funny too, because I called him. Remember when I called him? Because I'm kind of sassy, and like I call people up, and like I called up like you know Marco Harm, and I called up Kim Corden. I'm like, produce my record, take me on tour, you know. I'm kind of sassy that way, and for some reason, you know, you throw in it,
Yeah.
it works. We got this dinosaur show. So I called him, and I just kept going. I think I was kind of drunk, and I was just going Satan into the phone, Satan, and I didn't know anything about Upside Down Cross. He was giving me such a satanic vibe. And I was like, Satan. He goes, what? On the phone. I was like, oh, nothing. Just started freaking out. I didn't
The
know what I
album's
was.
so funny.
It's an album.
Yeah, but it's just total noise. There's no songs or anything. It's just this guy screaming Jesus is a cunt and all this kind of stuff.
Oh god.
It's just really funny.
Is that what death
Excellent.
metal is?
Upside
Well,
Down.
no, it's not. That's more grungy than. It's not so metal as stuff like Death and Obituary and things like that. But that stuff is getting huge, and if that kind of stuff can get huge, then I mean, I don't
Is
see
that
any
part of
reason.
grindcore or separate from grindcore? Like,
Well, grindcore's sort of
Napalm
like,
Death type.
grindcore's got its roots in hardcore a bit more. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of all those bands like Deviant Instinct and Napalm Death and Hellbastard and Godflesh all started off as punk bands.
Godflesh is excellent,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah,
Godflesh is
yeah.
a great band.
Yeah, they're
But
good.
so like right there, you've got like a band that's like Big Black, but even further, and then like a band like the Melvins, who are like on the other side of the fence as Godflesh, but could be in the same.
Well, two guys in Godflesh used to be in the original Napalm Death lineup,
Oh.
so then they left and formed Godflesh. But all that stuff is huge now.
Satan.
You got any songs about Satan?
I'm not much of a Christian. I'm really down on Christianity.
Yeah.
I think Christianity, which also created Satan. There is no dichotomy until you have Christianity between them and Satan. I don't believe that. Well, this is my beliefs. Yes. No, I don't have any songs with Satan.
What do you think about all these bands that are doing really well in the States at the moment, like EMF and Jesus Jones? They all look like the top
The
of the
new
charts.
British invasion.
The new
Actually, I'm
British
kind of
invasion.
impressed because
It is quite impressive,
It's okay. It's okay. You know why? Because first of all, I was really down with EMF. I was really down with EMF a while ago because, like, you could say I like EMF to an English person and nothing would annoy them more.
Yeah.
No, you're supposed to like the Stone Roses. No, I like EMF. They wrote the best song.
EMF are much better.
You know, so I mean, the whole thing with it is like, Jesus Jones thing. I mean, for what it's worth, it uses sampling. You know, I mean, for what it's worth, EMF like like do destroy their stuff and get arrested.
Yeah,
I
at
mean,
least,
you know,
at least they're a proper band. I mean, it seems
not
to be
Michael
going more in that
Bolton.
direction anyway. There seems to be more proper bands instead of people buying songs. People
ballads
getting
by
into bands.
like horrible solo
Extreme.
artists.
They're that extreme.
Oh my
song.
God, so much. Every time we turn on MTV in the hotel, more than. Oh my God. Tell them to shut up.
It only has 10 videos over here. Does it? I mean, do you
They
ever
have
I don't
10
know.
videos.
I never watch it. No, I hate it.
I just couldn't wait to
Hate
look
it.
at it, and it was like 10 videos. Rockstar. Oh God, Rockstar.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surrounded by that crap all day at work, so I don't have to avoid it.
But you get to probably see good videos.
Yeah.
Like stuff people.
Did you see the atavistic video reel?
What was
There's
that?
this thing out of Chicago, it's all like amphetamine reptiles stuff.
Yeah,
like that. There's
yeah.
some really good videos on there.
Yeah. But wow, most of the metal stuff is so horrible. Stuff I'm surrounded by all day, like Warrant and all that stuff is just sick.
And that's what makes the girls fun magazine.
I don't know. I think it must be all the pretty
They
boys
should
with no
liberate
clothes on. I mean,
themselves. I think they should just liberate themselves. They're being so 80s.
yeah.
But the
Because-
guys take it so seriously, like Warren.
Oh yeah,
No,
metal
guys
bands.
do not
metal,
take
you're
Warren
not.
seriously.
No, the
guys
guys
don't
in
like.
Warren.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's why you can't knock
it's
the
real.
more breakthrough bands. I mean, it's like they're not like my cup of tea. I don't find them like that inventive. You know, I've been around the whole Chili Pepper thing for 1,000 years. It's just like for me, sort of a yawn. But you know, I mean, just like at least they do their own thing. You know, and they don't like get led. I mean, maybe some of them do, but I just think bands that get that big and like then get led around like little pigs by their management, or you know, they're just so impressive. Someone will now go buy cigarettes for them, take them places in cars.
Are you being treated like rock stars yet?
You know, it's here and there, but it's just kind of like you don't really
Yeah.
need to do that.
Yeah. What would you do if people did start treating you like real rock stars? And
You know, it just probably not much different. I mean,
You
you
know
should
what
probably
it's
tell
like,
them.
so-
Yeah, we're all big rock. I'm fans. I mean, I totally was a rock fan, and am still. And I'm really happy to be on tour with Mudhoney because I'm just like, God, this band. I love this band so much. You know, and just like I get to be on tour with people I think are rock stars.
yeah.
So you know, it's like I don't think. I mean, what do you mean like treating like? I mean,
dunno, really.
I've seen people become
Having
rock
people,
stars.
having people running around after you, and
I've seen people that have become rock stars, and I think that like some of them really dealt with it really super well. Just like, totally down to earth, totally respectful of people's dignity, and other people have used it as an excuse to just be decadent and whatever. And I think that women handle that a little bit better. The girls I know, friends of mine that whatever, it just seems like they handle it a lot better because they're not really in it for the same. I don't know. I can't explain.
Do you take yourselves really seriously as a band, or do you just try and have a laugh and really
Depends
enjoy
on
it?
the night. Actually, we do take ourselves really seriously for some reason, and then we go on tour with someone like Mudhoney, and we realize how stupid
And you
it
can't
is.
really, you can't,
No,
you can't take
you
yourself
can't.
seriously when you're playing
You're
with them.
exposed for being an idiot, so.
I mean, the
it's
best Mudhoney show I saw was one of the first times they came over here and they played this venue, and they had all these tables set up at the front of the stage, and everyone was sitting on these tables. Have you heard about this show?
I didn't hear that.
And so I was sitting right on one of these tables at the front, just waiting for them to come on. 'Cause everyone was really keyed up. There's a big buzz about the band. Everyone was just really totally into it. And when they came on, all these tables just collapsed, and everyone started going mad. And Mark came on and said, "Right, everyone on the stage now." And so the whole stage was just it was a complete riot. The whole stage, drum kit was torn apart. The guitars were
So
destroyed.
excellent.
Mark Arm was on the floor, just going, couldn't get back on the stage. PA fell down.
What did the bouncers do? What were the
They were
bouncers
freaky.
doing?
They couldn't do anything. They
Where
couldn't
was
do
this
anything.
at?
It was a place called the School of African and Oriental Arts or something.
Yeah.
And then,
Like the whole stage collapsed.
yeah,
right?
but the thing is, then they got it all cleared up. It took about 3/4 an hour, and everyone was getting really
Did Mudhoney
mad.
still play while
They-
everyone was on
They
stage?
played about 4 songs all night, and they came back on, and Mark came back on, and he goes, "Right, everyone on top of the PA."
Yeah, and so everyone's like,
Everyone was climbing up the PA, and it just went.
Oh my god. We were thinking about
Oh, yeah.
streaking on the
There
last
hasn't been a gig.
night.
There hasn't been a gig there since.
Oh my god.
destroyed the place.
We were thinking about just running across the stage naked or something on the last night. But then we're girls, so people would think, well, some of us, we were trying to sell ourselves.
Yeah.
Look at that. I want to do it. No, I don't know. We just keep thinking of like little jokes to play on them, evil things. Like I want to restring Steve's guitar and make it all just small E strings. It's like so he goes to play. And after I broke, and the funny thing is, right before I came over, I really wanted to borrow Mark's Jaguar, and I called him and I'm like, "Can I borrow your Jaguar?" And he's like, "Oh, it's the only one I've got." and I'm like, "Okay." So I did, and he was very relieved that he didn't loan it to me the other night.
Do you all get on really well with Mudhoney? Do they all really?
Actually, yes.
They've been a good band to tour with.
Oh my God, they're so funny.
So you might
And they're showing Eric how to male bond. They're male bonding with Eric. It's like they won't let him.
This is what it's about.
We have a female tour manager, and that is so bogus. You're riding in the van with us. Let's pick up chicks. You know. And Matt and the bass player's girlfriend is with them, and they're like, "She's going with you." Eric's going with us.
So you might be touring with Mudhoney as well.
Yeah, that's like a maybe. It's not a big maybe, but it is a maybe still.
Have you heard their new record yet? Fucking incredible. So incredible.
That's why I'm sitting here saying, "Oh, our record, you know, whatever," because that record. I mean, our record is good, and I think has a lot of truth on it, a lot of pain, and a lot of thought in the songs. But you know, that record is just so good, and it's good because I mean, it's not good so much even like you take away the melodies and the words and the music, kind of like is stuff that is so simple. You know, some of it I know I would have if I'd have come up with it, I would have just thrown it out. It's too simple.
So are you going to keep it simple like that, or do you see yourselves getting a bit more complicated?
Well, we do have a complexity.
Yeah.
To us, you know, because these two especially are, you know, musicians and like more accomplished as musicians than me or her. So she's challenging, you know, her musicianship, and I'm challenged. Like I'm learning a lot about songwriting just from Cobain.
Yeah.
Like listening to that, I'm like, yeah, you know, it's okay to like, it's a, you know, it's like you want to be the loudest, you know, especially when, you know, you're in a place where people haven't been too loud, like women or whatever. You know, it's like, okay, fuck it. But then at the same time, I'm not afraid to like to be quiet. You know, to be quiet. It's just that I just don't want to be typical.
Just the whole style of the band is totally different. All the way you play, especially the drum style and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, Mudhoney was saying last night that Nirvana pretty much fits Foxcore because they do have that. No, they do. They have that like feminine sort of thing going on. That's why I think girls are really gonna like it because it's very like not like oh Kurt's so cute, I want to take him home, but more like Kurt's like writing from a really pure place. He's really in touch with like both sides of himself. God, this is the second interview where I've just talked about Nirvana.
I don't think it's that good.
I can't help it. I've gone crazy. I'm like so impressed by that record.
Yeah.
It's just like
have you been doing many interviews over in England?
Yeah.
Yeah. For what? Have you done many for fanzines and stuff like that?
Yeah, we did a lot of fanzines and the bigger ones and like Siren and Rage and
Yeah. What about all like Melody Maker and Enemy?
Yeah.
You done those?
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you enjoy doing interviews or is it?
You know, it depends. It depends on you. You know, it's like some people really they want to know stuff that I'm not going to tell them.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So, and that's really hard. And they'll be really shifty about getting it. And so
ask
people
trick questions.
and want and want to make it into like a therapy session, which you know we're not here for therapy. I mean, Jill should be here for therapy. So what with her stomach aching all the time? But you know, you've got people that think they're Satan, and then, you know. And the ones that think they're God, and then the ones that are just completely like stupid Johnny Rock, you know, guy. I'm not gonna say it, just like one guy. He was not incredibly stupid, but he just like he would just say a word. It wouldn't ask what he'd go, fuck score. And like that would be his question.
That's what I like about it.
I like that.
Yeah, you guys could deal with that. I mean, it's like they leave me for the hyenas.
That's
like they can deal with like Johnny Rock going like.
That's funny, because most people like sit there and they say some question, and it's like, well, what do you think about Voxcore? And he's just like, Voxcore.
We mean Voxcore.
Or-
We're 60.
Your album. It's like, what about our...
He wants you to elaborate.
your record company.
You know, and it's just, it's funny. It's
Yeah, it must be funny.
It's like, what's this one gonna be? We can be really evil too, though. Like sometimes, well, we've only been actually able to pull it off once, Upside down cross. Where we just like don't say anything.
Yeah, but then they'll just tear you apart in the feature. You know?
Well, I mean, they just go, "What's it like to be a girl in a band?" And it's like, "What's it like to have beer all over your head?" You know, it's like, fucking, I don't know.
I don't know, and you never will know.
Well, after I just got out of the hospital after my sex change operation,
Just to be in this band.
To get asked those kind of questions quite a lot.
it depends on the stupidity of the interviewer. Like I said, the more smart ones don't ask it.
Yeah, but it is something that's quite interesting. It's only recently that it started, especially in alternative music, because before,
It's a really pat answer to say we can rock as well as any guy. That's not true.
Sure.
Women are different than men.
Yeah.
Women play differently than men if they're playing like women.
But then you get bands like, I don't know, Vixen and all these.
That's women playing like men. That's boring. I have no interest in that.
And that's what's so crap.
Yeah, but that's what's been filling it up all during the 80s.
Yeah,
and that's
what I mean. That's why it's only recently that it's suddenly got like this.
It is valid for you just to wonder. You know what I'm saying? Because these women posturing like white males, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You know?
But I think it is, like, when you're talking about evolution.
Yeah, that was just
that's
part of
an important
evolution.
link. I think it's an important link.
Yeah, I think the Runaways doing that was an important link.
Do you find that you get a lot of respect from girls that go to gigs? Do you get girls coming up to you and go, "That was great, you know, it's really great to see you"?
The better, yeah, that's what I want. That's what I like. You know, give me I fucking need the girls. Because, like, you know, if I had, you know what I mean? We had, like, Patti Smith, really super positive role model. And Kim Gordon, who's, like, a super positive role model.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's not that many. And so, not like we want to be role models. But, you know, I mean, we're into that.
Oh, that's cool. But do you get a lot of that? I mean, have you had it over here at all?
More and more.
I
mean, English girls have it hard. Nothing personal, but English women have it harder than us. Because we're allowed to be loud.
Yeah.
They can't be loud. They have to
I know what you mean.
Quiet all the time. If they're loud, they're completely written off.
But it's great because
English girls have it so much worse than us. You don't even know.
I think so. I think so.
Terrible.
You even have a girls like over in the Middle East. I mean, they haven't even.
Well, we haven't even gotten to that. I mean, we're not, liberate all oppressed minorities.
It's bad there too.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm relative to our own. Okay.
I just noticed it's more and
I'm
more.
so happy to be a girl. I'm a woman, you know what I mean? It really, I enjoy it. It's like I can't imagine being like, you know what I mean? It's like we walk down the street in our pajamas at 5:30 in the morning in like South and North Dakota. And, like, it didn't matter. Or at least it didn't seem to.
No one wanted to tell you,
I
Joe,
can't
but.
do that in my boxer shorts, I'll tell you that much.
Well, you can wear your pajamas. That's different.
Because the whole, punk thing is really sort of like male-dominated, even with the dancing and everything. It's also violent, but it seems to be more girls going,
to be
entering the
honest
pits.
with you, like when punk rock was around, I wouldn't go to Black Flag because Black Flag is such.
Did you go? Were you around? Did you go to all those gigs and stuff like that?
They were all punk. Yeah, I mean, like, because I'll tell you why. Because musically, I found like Black Flag, and I find this with speed metal too. Just doesn't appeal to my girlness.
Yeah.
And it's like. It's such a masculine energy going on.
Yeah, I thought it wouldn't appeal to a lot of girls.
Because Bad Religion was more pop.
Yeah.
Type of thing. You know, I mean, and that's not a matter of wimpiness. It's just a matter of like, it's just a boys thing. And it's okay that there's boys things. There's black things. You know, there's girl things. But at the same time, you know, there's crossing. You know, it's transcending. Look at our band. I mean, the thing is that if we weren't girls. I swear to God, we would still be doing okay.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely. Because of how we write songs, and because we're really pushing something regardless. Oh, they're pushing it harder than any other girl. No, that's not what it's about.
How do you go about writing songs? Do you just rehearse, and who writes the songs? And
we like.
Is it all, do you all put it in and all work
we don't
together?
even have a formula. That's the sad part. But we do write them together. We have ideas. They're really hard to write our songs. We don't. It's not like. I used to. It's not like I write a little riff with some words, you know. It's more like fucking takes 5 rehearsals to write a song. You know,
do you rehearse a lot?
Yeah, we do.
We don't rehearse in the metal sense where it's like metal bands have to
Letter Perfect.
So tight
No.
Yeah.
We rehearse like 5 hours a day and stuff like that.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
But we'll take a
like,
note.
you know, if you listen to our album, like the mood changes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like little pieces thrown in and stuff, and if you're too tired, you can't get that stuff.
Yeah, right.
And that makes. You know,
It's like the concept of juxtaposition. It's like the concept of like I play like a retard and he plays really well, and like we meet. You know what I'm saying? Or like I play something
I
super
play like
pretty.
a retard. What are you talking about?
I play really well.
No, I'm a
You
retard.
play more complex stuff than me. You play complex rhythms.
Oh, I play pop. I play little pop things.
Yeah, but complex pop.
They kind of got buried on the record in my own. But I play little pop things. Some of them came through, but like I play little like little lush riffs.
Yeah.
And then Jill would come in with like a little like type thing. So it's like two things going against each other. And I think lyrically that kind of, I don't know if it's pulled off, but lyrically it's kind of like this is beautiful and this is ugly, and it's like what comes out.
It's ugly full.
It's really ugly full.
Ugly.
He's like, I mean, after Sonic Youth, what can you do? Why are you even trying, you guys? Thurston Moore on the cover of Guitar Player magazine. You know what a breakthrough this is.
Yeah.
This is so incredible. It's like the best thing. And he plays like a woman. If there ever was a man, he played like a woman. I mean, he plays so like feminine. And that's a very big compliment. So, I mean, that's a great thing. It's a great thing for all guitar players. It's very complex. All their tunings are in there. It's so cool.
When you started, did you have an idea of how you wanted to sound, or did it just all happen this way and sound?
I had an idea that I wanted to start a band that was just like really, really heavy. But then it came together and the concept changed more like heavy with more dynamics and like beauty and pretty and ugly together. Hand in hand. Pretty and ugly. So that was my idea, but then everyone else put their idea and it became sort of one thing.
Is there anything else you want to say at all? I think that covers everything.
What sign are you?
Fun?
What sign are you?
Virgo.
Our second Virgo interview that we're aware of.
Well, what does that mean?
Just ask. It's the California thing. Just accept it.
Yeah.
Roll with it. You'll be okay.
Cool. All right. That's